Welcome to For Mannerless Women. I'm your host, Adelle Onyango, and this is a space that is committed to nurturing a new generation of shame-free women who are ready to meet their best self. In this episode, we dive into female friendships and the power they can bring to your journey of womanhood. Helping me do this is my friend who is a powerhouse in media and advocacy. She's also the founder of the Inua Dada Foundation, Janet Mbugua. This is so cool because I feel like we never get to hang out in front of the cameras in like a chill way. If there are cameras, it's like whack, you know? So it's incredible to have you on the show.
Yeah.
And also that we're talking about something that we may speak about when we're having coffee or like we're grabbing lunch, but not on a show.
No,
right?
we haven't done this.
Yeah.
We haven't done this.
Friendship.
Why is that word? It shouldn't be. It's not triggering.
Yeah.
That's a big word. But every time I hear it now, it kind of gives different emotions.
Yeah.
Before friendship was friendship.
Yeah.
Now it's friendship.
And everybody's like,
let's unpack that.
yeah. But I think I'm now in the space where I can see light and like the value of friendship. In fact, someone that I know told me that women need more wives than they do husbands. And I was like, okay, I'm going to like be intentional about female friendships. So let's talk about ours. Where did we first meet? Because I couldn't remember.
How
Maybe
did
just
not?
record so that I can't remember.
Just talking yourself. I can't remember either, but I know it was, I know in 2008, and I could be wrong.
Okay.
Were you doing spoken word in 2008?
I was doing spoken word in 2008.
So I think I might have been in the same room where you were doing spoken word. Because I can remember that vaguely. I just don't know if that was the first time.
Yeah.
But I think it was the first time we either had a conversation or something. So 2008.
That is
thereabout.
hectic.
It is.
I was 18.
Wow. How old was I? Had you just started spoken word or you done it for a while?
I'd started open mics.
Open mic.
Yeah,
okay.
because I'd been writing, but I'd not had like my own gig. But so that was the start of, what?
Was it Kwani?
I did Kwani, and then I did my own. So Kwani, I used to go and perform my poetry because it was their gig.
Right. I think that's where it was then. Because I think when I went,
It was
in town somewhere.
Where was it?
And
Somewhere
somewhere. But I think that's the first time. But when did we actually sit and chat? I know industry, we might have passed each other.
I know this, and I really tried to look. I saw a picture of us.
Really?
On a bench. I don't know what we're talking about.
On a bench?
Yeah.
On a bench where?
But we were laughing. And we were on a bench.
Laughing on a bench.
And I was just like, I can't remember what this was, but we look happy.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't remember when. I don't remember when. I don't remember what the conversation was. I think then I started just to remember recent stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think before we would meet for work stuff, and then we then got intentional about like, let's do coffee, let's do this, like away from, oh, you're at this gig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. And maybe that was the last, couple of years?
Last couple of years, I would say.
Pre-COVID-ish.
And
then more post.
You know what?
Yeah.
Just that
We've been friends for a while. Look at me trying to do that.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't remember just that era.
Yeah.
But like our industry, I feel like you get many warnings when you're getting into like media, and very public facing spaces. One of which is I feel like female friendships are not encouraged. Like you're always told like, look out for ABCD. And then the industry pits women against each other, right?
Yeah.
Did you experience that as well?
100%. Everything you say, discouraged and being pitted against, especially I think when we started TV, because we were a group of fairly young anchors at the time. So it was brutal just in terms of, she's getting prime and you're getting... and I think it really we've kind of fed each other, and there was points of even resentment without knowing why, but simply because somebody comes and says, "Ooh, have you seen so-and-so is doing this?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be going and fighting for your It's very wild, but it was an intentional pitting against each other.
Yeah.
I think even the papers at some time, there used to be all these.
I was going to say, those stupid.
It's coming back to
the stupid.
the tabloids.
Yeah, where it's just like, who's better? And you never see them do the same for like the male journalists or celebrities or whatever. It's always like, who between these two women is, and it's so strange.
And yet it kind of messes with your psyche because before you know it, somebody's just not talking to you. You started also young, right? In
I
media.
started pretty young.
Yeah.
I like 20.
Right. So for TV, I was 23. So first you're young. You're trying to figure out this media, which is largely older male dominated. And then there's all these other things. So I was like, you have to start learning to pick a struggle. Are you going to be stressed about, making fake enemies or try and figure out your voice and your style in this industry? So it was it was a weird time. It would have helped having the opposite, which is work together.
Yeah.
So the women who stood with me were now the older ones. They were like, we just need you to deliver well. And they were not mean about it. So that helped. But in terms of peers, it was tricky.
And the oldest self-aware ones.
Because
I have to be very honest. Like, because...
Yeah, that's a good disclaimer.
Because like how the industry is set up, like when you're a younger woman coming in, you are presented by the powers that be as a threat to the older woman. And the way they treat that older woman is that she's no longer valuable, whatever. If she's not self-aware and she starts to believe that, you're a threat.
Yeah.
And it's bullying and it's whatever. And it's just,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
When you get out, you're not thinking of making friends.
If anybody comes and says, hi, you're like, I want.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you looking for? Yeah, that's true. Older self-aware. I think the two then, maybe I was fortunate because the two were older and self-aware. But then years later, running into older, non-self-aware. In fact, starting at another station much later when I'd come back from South Africa. And I'm literally about to go do my first bulletin at the station. And this person comes to the makeup room, unprovoked. Comes in, she's like, oh, so I hear you're starting today. You know what? Here we do things differently. And midway, I just wanted to be like, do I ask her, what is she saying? What is she doing? But you could tell it was, trying to put you in your place.
Yes.
And then just walked off. It was just very weird. So you're right. She was older, but...
Let me tell you, I had someone tell me, why would you wear that top like that? In my head, I'm like,
why does it bother you?
First, I'm on radio.
Nobody can see it. They literally just from nowhere.
Secondly, unprovoked, what you said. And secondly, like... It's also on my body. Like, it's not on yours. Why is it bothering you? So it's like...
Yeah.
And I always knew it wasn't because this person is a terrible person. The industry does actually pit women against each other.
Yeah.
And you can find yourself just buying into that.
Yeah.
So making friends is difficult. Even the older you get, I feel like it gets harder because a lot of the things that were done for you when you were younger, it was easy to make friends. You were all in the same school. Your routine was the same. Break time, same time.
You almost have no choice.
You have no choice. Your parents are the ones organizing when you get up, meeting up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you get out and you have to still adult while doing all of these things because community is important and connection is important. Let's talk about the things that make it hard to make friends.
Yeah.
And there's something you've mentioned that I just found so interesting in the past you've mentioned is shame. The role shame plays in making it harder for you to make friends.
Yeah.
Maybe you can unpack that.
Yeah, we can. It's interesting we're having this conversation because I feel like there's been a weird sort of like tidal wave with me and friendships and relationships. It's starting to settle, and the wave was, it's been like that for some time, especially the difference between pre and post divorce. It's like two different societies.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that's where, right? And that's where I think that's when you really begin to see friendships for what they are.
Did you lose friendships during the divorce? Like, let's just say it.
None on that. Adele, there's some Christmas parties you're not invited to.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because it's just like, where's your +1? They don't say it, but suddenly when you're no longer +1, there's just a very quiet. And I noticed another friend of mine who's gone through it was like, I thought it was just me. It's like, no. Especially if you live like in an estate. Oh, there's a weird, almost subconscious profiling. Even when you walk into like the party and everyone's like, hi.
And deep sighs. But this is so crazy because like on a personal level, if you tell me you're divorced, I want to be friends. Because I'm just like,
I know.
come.
Let's sit. Let's talk about it.
Especially women, I'm just like, it just demands a very self-aware version of you afterwards that I feel like at least you've checked certain boxes, you know? So, okay, so that shame comes up in that way.
Shame comes up in that way. And I think I've also, and I've told you this, Adele, I've been trying to interrogate my shame. I'm still literally in the thick of it because sometimes it just shows up when I didn't expect it to and I don't expect it to. I'm like, oh, I thought I dealt with shame, for example, going to pick the kids from school.
Yeah.
And I don't know, sometimes I'm like, is this thing in your head? Is it because it's a, society kind of forms all of these opinions? And then why are you being affected by it? So those are the things I'm interrogating. So I'm aware there's shame. And then that holds me back from wanting to be friends because I'm like, I'm bringing a very malfunctioned version of myself. And I don't know that you deserve that as a friend. So again, it's in my head. I'm figuring it out. And literally as I'm speaking to you, it's just a bit hazy. So I hesitate because of that.
Yeah. But like, even when you say it's in your head, it's valid.
Yeah.
Like if you're feeling it, it's valid, no matter how you may think like, oh, this is not real. It's real, it's valid. And then now you start unpacking it because I feel like for a long time, women are socialized to derive their worth from the man that's next to them. So before you're married, it's like your dad, your brothers, you round it off, right? And
round it off to the nearest man.
To the nearest man. And then when you then choose to leave, you admit it. That is it, yes. You have gone the right way. And then now you run and it's just like, what's wrong with this one? Right?
Yeah.
That shame is so valid because you've been for years been socialized to derive your worth from certain spaces, right?
Yeah.
So I still remember like when you mentioned shame, I'd never thought about it in terms of like friendships. But I remember after my divorce, and I think I'm pretty self-aware. I feel like I've done work on myself. But sometimes I surprise myself because someone asked me, how is so-and-so? And I said, actually, we're not together. And then out of nowhere, I added, but I'm with someone else. And like the drive home, which is a long drive because I live far, I was like,
where did that come from?
Sweetheart.
Yeah. But I guess because it's a journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even in that sense, I think, maybe just give yourself grace.
Yeah.
We've been socialized for so many years.
Yeah, that's fair. That's really good. I think like you, it's the same thing. I'm like, there's been years when I'm like, oh, I feel, I feel like I'm past this and I'm figuring it out. And, at least there's an amicable space and raising the kids and co-parenting. And then I wake up and I'm like, why do I not want to go to that event? Or why do I not want to go there? And that's when I interrogate and I say, is it because you're going to show up and feel like you're going to have to, I don't know, either not explain, but the very sight of you will already have so many questions. So then I do that, then I choose which space feels okay to go to, which space just feels like, let me sit this one out.
Yeah.
But even with friendships, I think I find myself, you can find yourself clicking with someone and they're just like, oh my gosh, we should. I'm like, what's your IG? Yeah. So they're asking for your phone number. I'm like, or just here's my Instagram. You can DM me. It's fine. I read my DMs.
But we're not taught how to make friends.
That's true.
We're taught maybe not the right things, but we're taught how to go into romantic spaces, right? We talk about flirting. We talk about all these things. But like as an adult, what does making friends look like? What does intentionally carving out time and saying, hey, can we have a call every last Saturday of the, you know what I mean? Like we're not taught. So you're also just like, this is very strange waters for me.
Yeah.
What about trust? That's the one I battle with. Like it takes me so long to trust someone enough to even pursue a friendship.
Right.
Like I just start getting anxious even as soon as you like send the message of like, oh, we had a great time. Like
we should do this again.
Let's catch up again. Yeah. And I'm just like,
thanks.
Oh my God, what if you're just like around me to do something strange? And I think it's from the period of my divorce, like losing close friendships. I'm just like, I'd rather not.
Yeah, which I think is valid. I think it's navigating something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a normal reaction.
Yeah.
I'm consoling myself because I was feeling exactly the same.
Like it's trust. So do you also struggle trusting people? Yeah.
First of all, when I think about even my wedding lineup,
Yeah.
the other day I was just like, I'm not even friends with any of them. Which for me was it was a bit gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
Just because of how life played out.
Yeah.
Only one, because she's the one I told you about. We grew up together. She's gone through her storm, etc.
Yeah.
But, you know, one of them was very inexplicable. But it turns out even with another friend of hers, it was the same, where she just literally, it was very strange. She was like, oh, hey, so I'm getting married, but you're not invited. So
I don't know whether to be insulted or like,
so I'm like,
thanks.
So she did this because we were friends, and then she had her other friends. So it was last year that I realized with some of our other friends, she did the same thing.
Yeah.
We genuinely don't know why. So you have to choose how to react at that point, because it's like, because this other friend was really mad because they've been friends since high school. But I'm like, did you ask? She's like, I'm not going to ask. I don't care. We've been friends. I was like, I don't know. Maybe she was riding a wave where we were not serving her in that season. Because sometimes when people are like, you know, you're not good for me in this season, it sounds really good when you're saying it.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, somebody's
just
like, you're not good for me in this season. You sit there like, me. So, but that was because we'd been friends for a long time. It came from left field. But then 2 years later, she tried to be like, hey, should we? I'm like, no. I just said I'm not ready, because I feel like there's just so much, I don't know, either pain or conversation to go through. When I'm ready, I'll let you know. And it's been maybe another 2 years, but...
Yeah, because how do I trust that this is not going to happen again? Yeah. And that's painful.
So that's now informed trust. Because I'm like, that was very poof, like Houdini. Yeah. No explanation, no closure. And then you start to ask yourself, oh, it must be something I did. It must be me. So that's what now informs the trust thing. Sometimes it's not even, will this person move mad? Which a lot of the time, people move mad. But then I'm like, I wonder whether I'm also just showing up as half a version of myself, and that's an imposter version, and therefore, like, I go down rabbit holes, Adele, and I'm like,
I was going to say, and it doesn't help if like there's a shame aspect happening, and then this incident happens. You're just like, so is it me? I knew there was a problem with me. It's me. So now I'm not even going to go and make new friends because
it's me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm having a conversation with that. I'm like, whatever that thing it is that you do, Janet, sit down at the dinner table, put it there and be like, can we figure out what's going on here? Yeah. So that's also kind of where I am.
I feel like there's an acceptance I'm experiencing of, like, there's a reward for when you trust kidogo, like when you put your foot in the water, right? So recently we started the year with you, and I had a couple of girlfriends come over to the house. So good. And I was like, okay, it's happening. Like, you have to converse with the voices in your head, like, we can trust them. They're coming into your home.
Into your space.
Yes. Yeah. And it was so incredible, and I just felt so seen. Yeah. And I think I was like, oh my God, this is good. You can trust. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's baby steps. Have you found yourself doing any of those baby steps?
First of all, that day was amazing.
It was so cool.
Thank you so much for inviting us into your space.
Did we do Tupac's?
Two?
We did karaoke, and you and I, was it a Tupac song we did? It was a hip hop song. Thank God there's no footage.
There's no footage. I say you traumatized. I'm like, how could we not record? It was a hip hop song.
We were rapping.
It was fun. I'm trying to think of all the raps I know.
It is. So have you done like the baby steps?
I think, yes and no. Let me see. So I'm aware that I'm aware that I have a lot that's going on in my mind that's informing me holding back. Okay. But I'm also, it's almost like a dual thing. I still find ways to say, it's okay, organize the play date because at least you can vibe with this mom. So I did that, I think a few weeks ago. Yeah. I haven't done that before. Yeah. I haven't invited somebody home that isn't family or whatever. But, the kids wanted to get together.
Yeah.
The mom, I kind of know her, but not really well. And I said, okay, if you're going to do this, you're going to sit with the mom and you're going to catch up. Are you good? Good. And I did that. So there are those baby steps where I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
Try, Janet. And then for whatever reason, if it ends up feeling some type of way, it's the afternoon, you can figure out if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm in a very strange place where I'm like, I'm aware that there's a lot in my body that I haven't let out. Like there's trauma that's still finding space in me. I'm very aware of what it is. But despite that, I'm being intentional enough to say, it's an afternoon. It's 3 hours. And then, be warm, get to know each other.
Yeah.
And then sit with it after and be like, how was it? So yeah, I think tiny baby steps, very sporadic, but there's a bit of like, you can't just live in this shell forever.
Yeah, and then the thing is, and we'll get to that in a bit, like female friendships are so magical.
Yeah,
and like, but we'll get to that. First, we have to cross a hurdle where I misbehave, which is friendship breakups.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean you missed it? Oh, we've talked about
ghosts. You know that Homer Simpson meme where he just like backs out slowly into the fence? It's like me. I was never here.
Yeah. You didn't see me.
You
this
did
never
not
happened.
Yeah. Like I think confrontations scare me, especially like with friends.
Yeah.
We're always equipped to handle confrontation in romantic relationships. But with friends, I'm just like, is it over?
So you go, she just like...
I'm just like, ding, 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 ding. God.
Do you have a conversation? First, no, you've already said no. Like in terms of, hey, I feel like something is strange between us. Are you just like, this person is moving?
Now,
Okay.
I'm learning how to do that.
Yeah.
Like even small things, like I've been able to advocate with a close friend of mine. She didn't reply a message that was about when we're going to meet at such a time. And then she called on the day off. And I was just like, I didn't really like that. And then I'm just like, how do I say it? How do I say it? How do I say it?
Yeah. How did that go though?
It was so chill.
Okay.
Like I was...
Were you like, do better?
Yeah, in my head I was like, she was like, oh, no, I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. Like, okay when can we... Like, it wasn't even a confrontation. But in my head, because I'm so scared of like, drama or friction in friendships, I was like, let's just not... It didn't happen. But then I'm like, no. Because then you're going to ghost. I know you, you know?
I know. I love that.
You're going to put this in the book like, noted. So, like, have you had a friendship breakup? Like, do you handle it better than ghosting?
So that breakup was one of the first ones, which I don't know if it was ghosting, like say it was just like a Houdini one. Yeah. There was one where I sat down with a person. I'm like, hey, I feel like you've been, is something wrong? Like, did I do something? Is there something you want to say? I think that was hard because they say no, but I know that they were. So I did ghost because I'm like, we're grown ups. We're grown. So now I try to say, just ask.
Yeah.
Have a coffee. Never been good at that. Yeah. Like you, confrontation is just, even now, there's so many places that I still find myself saying, you have to, Janet, so that you don't go back to not confronting and then it eats you, then you're upset. Resentment. And I'm like, but you're the one who could have.
Yeah.
So I'll sit and be like, hey, is everything okay? Can we talk about this? And then the person was like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
And their whole body language, I'm like, but everything isn't fine. And it was a strange thing where I think they were jealous that I was becoming friends with somebody else, but they didn't say it. So I was just like, was it hard? Yeah, there was a bit of grief because I was like, well, I feel like I did, create space for us to figure it out. For whatever reason they did it. Then they kind of went around saying, oh my God, she broke my heart.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but you're a grown up. You can just say, this is bugging me or whatever. So that's what's also affected trust. Because I'm just like, how are you supposed to come into a friendship? Okay, you are supposed to try and be honest and open and invite perspective that either you agree or you don't and give it grace and time. Sometimes I'm very OCD and I think, so I'm like, rule number 1. So I go with my checkbook and I'm like, was I honest?
Yeah.
Was I open?
Yeah.
Was I open to new perspectives? Was I very interested and not just interested in, oh yeah, there's a few hours to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So that didn't work out. Then why? So I think that's why I'm saying I'm just trying to unpack to be like, just chill. So I don't know. I don't have a formula. So I feel like I'm a bit stuck right now where I'm like, if we vibe, then we'll figure it out as we go along. But if instead of overthinking it, because maybe they're in a season where they're not coming as their full selves and you're taking it like, oh, maybe this just isn't meant to be. So I've realized patience is very important.
Yeah, it is.
People being patient with you, right? Yeah.
And you being patient, for me, it was like, I need to be patient with other people. Like, not every change in the way someone or a friend shows up is a sign for me to run. Because, like, I'm ready. Just like, don't pick up my call once. I'm like, well, no, it's like good time, but I'm out.
Yeah.
But I've now learned that people go through different seasons, as you said, and there's I think what I call it now is that if somebody has been vulnerable about their life, their experiences, and the things they're going through with you, then it's an honor for you to be patient with them, because like, nobody else in the world gets it. They could snap at someone in their workplace or on the roads, and that person doesn't have the honor of knowing why. Wow. You have that honor, so you can be like, I feel my frustration and it's valid, but get this, like, we have the inside scoop. We know why she's acting like this. That's helped me, like, calm down a bit.
That's really
because
healthy.
Before it was very difficult.
That's a really beautiful way of putting it, which is, you have the intel to understand why they're acting a certain way.
Yeah, and they trusted you, and you were a safe space for them, and they shared this so that, you can see deeper. But it was really hard before, and I don't know if it's divorce related, where I'm just like, I did not see red flags before. None is gonna catch me sleeping. No one, even if it's employee friends, whenever like one wrong move, I'm like, well,
wait, that's really real though, because now is it like you're overcorrecting now?
Yes.
Because you're like, how did I miss that? Oh, I'm not gonna miss it again.
And I had to be like, this is not how we're gonna live.
I really like that. I really like that.
So, what do you look for in a friend?
Wow.
Right?
Adelle.
That was like, you see, it's the last one. It's such a difficult one though, right? Because people get disqualified. I used to be strict.
You used to have a list.
I'm just like, she's not, what one? You're clubbing the last 3 weekends?
Not friendship material.
Honestly, it was just like, it's my way and my way of seeing the world only. And if you don't see it the way I see it, well,
that way it was nice.
Yeah. So, like, what do you look for? What are must-haves?
I think if one thing I'm trying to learn with myself is to be patient with myself. And so it would be great for that to be mirrored. So patience both ways is very important in the sense that I realized the other day, I'm like, maybe you do have a side of you that's complex. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It just means it can be misunderstood. And when it's misunderstood, the way people react to it is because then I'll also try and be like, I don't know why you're confused by my complexity. Just ask me.
Yeah.
If something is you're so complex, what is complex?
Yeah. Let me help you understand.
Yeah. So depending on that, so I've now tried to tell people, even one of my co-hosts the other day, I was just like, I don't know what happened, what was said. And I think I said something like, wait, so do you think you figured me out? They were like, nope. and then I asked them, but is that a bad thing? They were like, no. So they were just like, you are you. I'm getting to know you. You're getting to know me. There's probably a lot that we'll get to know about each other, but it's okay. So I'm like, okay, then it's possible that you may not come out as you fully are, because I'm a slow burn. That one. Yeah. Is it low or slow?
Slow.
I'm a slow burn. I'm a slow burn in love. I'm a slow burn in friendship. I realize that.
And that is okay.
And that is okay. Not to everyone. Others are like, let's be BFFs tomorrow. You're like,
which is okay. You can look for. The people who do it that way.
Look for the non-slow burn.
Yeah.
So I think what's critical for me is that recognition. I do try to vocalize it now. The other day, there was somebody who was like, let's do coffee. I'm like, yeah, we'll do coffee at some point.
Yeah.
The following week, let's do coffee. I'm like, hey, listen, we'll do coffee.
Yeah.
It's cool. We'll figure out the scheduling that works. We'll do coffee. I promise you. Let's just give it a bit of time. They've been good. We'll see how.
It's like next month.
Next month. But I try to say, hey, I think I'm just more comfortable with us. Let's just give it a bit of time. There's a few things on my plate, which is true. There was a season which is busy. So is it okay if I can get through this busy season? I'll be more present when we do coffee. And they said, okay.
Yeah.
So I try to say it now. I'm like, I can't be in the middle of madness and then show up for coffee fully as myself. It'll burn whatever it is that we're trying to be as friends. So yeah, slow burn understanding is very important for me.
And patience.
And
Just
patience.
Be patient with me.
Be patient. Are you the same? Like, just be patient with me.
I think where I'm at in terms of friendships, or like what I seek in people, is self-awareness.
Yeah, like you're doing the work.
And self-awareness and doing the work. Because somebody can be self-aware that they are an asshole.
Yeah.
And they're just like, this is how I am.
They want to live in it.
This is how I arrive. And that's, you're very aware of yourself, but you're doing work on yourself somehow. And you're just like always in this quest for like, how can you meet your best self? What does that look like for you? I feel like that's such a huge turn on for me.
Yeah.
Because then it means if I'm around that energy, I'm also not going to slack. You know?
I like that. And there's accountability. Because a lot of people, accountability is just like,
yeah.
So that's also important.
And I've learned that like self-awareness doesn't have to look the way it looks like to me. Like for me, there's a time where it's like, you're not in therapy. I'm just like off.
I want to see that list of yours. I know it exists somewhere.
And now I'm just like, it looks different for different people. Doing the work looks very different. Like for me, talk therapy worked for me. For the next person, it's something completely different.
Yeah.
But when I hear in conversations with my friends, like, oh, sorry, I was too busy to pick. I have a friend who's an artist, and she's like really learning and like improving her sculpting, and she's like, when I'm in the studio, I can't even pick my calls, and I'm just like, yes, me who before I used to be like, if you don't pick my calls, but when I hear that, I'm just like, look at her, like just working on bettering herself, like it's so wonderful. Now I'm learning like it looks
different,
and that's the only thing, because I even stopped saying I want somebody that's honest, someone to make time for me. No, now I'm just like, please, self-awareness and working on yourself, whatever it looks like, that's enough for me.
I really like that. And being able to say it and being able to communicate. I think that's important. Even when you're communicating, saying either I don't know what to say.
Oh, you're not serving me in this season. This one's really have me.
I got that lesson from I Ain't Mad at Ya by Tupac.
Yeah.
Because now I'm listening to everything differently.
Yeah.
Before I just used to listen to songs, and I'm just like, he's saying we used to be boys. When we both got out of prison, you chose a different path that didn't include me.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I'm just like, sometimes the same way people are like, I prayed to this person out of my life. Somebody's praying out. Somebody's just like, and God take them. I know it's really
like my ego is just like, please.
You feel it here. And that's when it was a truth slap for me. Like, you know what? Sometimes you're just not serving somebody in that season. And instead of, you can actually feel the pain, but you can also take some time to pour into yourself, whether it means doing a self-audit. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with you, but self-auditing isn't bad.
Yeah.
And do it when you're in a healthy space, not when you're spiraling.
Yeah.
Where you're just sitting and being like, okay, now that you have called you to this meeting, all right, what are those? Because I feel things in my gut. I think a lot of us do.
Yeah.
So whether I'm angry or sad or upset or whatever it is, I really take that self-audit to be like, please trace where that's coming from.
Yeah.
And then link it to the situation or scenario that always triggers it. And that's been very helpful. Where sometimes I'm like, so if you're going into a friendship or even with your kids or anything, you need to be mindful of this. For example, I realized the other day when I'm scared, sometimes it projects as anger.
For very many people, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Right? So I had to tell my sons the other day over dinner, who asked the other day, I don't know who we were with, and they were like, do you think you're over informing your children?
Yeah, no.
Because the other day they heard one of my sons say, I let my intrusive thoughts win. And they're like, now see, he's 6, he's supposed to let his intrusive thoughts win. He's not even supposed to know
that they're intrusive. Those are just thoughts.
But so I say to them, you know what, guys, I realized the other day I was snapping at you a lot, but I was scared because of what happened. But I need to figure it out. But yeah, I'm sorry.
It's a control thing. Like you fear, then you have no control, and it's like frustrating. It's anger. So like fear actually does come off as anger often.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Just trying to figure out. And then when I do that, I say, you know what, you're doing you. You're trying to figure out the things that maybe can hold you back. So extend grace when you're going into a new situation, because now that you know you do have a bit of fear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you still haven't processed, and you decided to take a very hectic job every day, so that now there's even less room to process.
Minimal sleep.
Oh my God. The first month I was a monster. I had to apologize to everyone.
And it's okay. You know what I mean?
And I was telling them, I'm just transitioning.
Yeah.
But then the other day,
4 hours of sleep.
It's insane. But then the other day, I was just like, there's a lot of things you've not processed. A week ago, I took stock of so many things that happened while I was on the grind. And I said, you know what? It's going to show up at some point. So I said, okay, next week, you're going to now pick up therapy again as maintenance, and also as just to stop you from where it could take you. Because so many things have happened over the last year, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'll figure that out. Then with the job, you're busy, it's a lot, but then you just kind of put it on the side. So knowing
that's self-awareness, right? And knowing and even communicating in friendships the things you're still working on. You know, for me, anxiety and like spiraling thoughts are really, which is why like if it would be, it's not the case anymore, please. Be my friend. Don't be
my friend.
Like the not picking of a call, or like sudden silences, immediately the mind is like, oh, it's because of you. Oh, it's because of like replaying, what was the last conversation? Oh, okay, I said this. Oh no, I think I was too much. No, you are too much. You know what I mean?
Then what's the conclusion? It's like, fine, maybe this isn't supposed to even be a friendship.
It's not even, and it's normally like terrible on me. It'll never be on the person. Terrible on me. And then I'm just exhausted, you know? And so it's working on it, yes, but telling the people who care about you that, hey, I struggle with A, B, C, D, or if I know how I want you to show up for me, like how you can help, I'll be like, hey, so when I start sinking like this, that floater behind you, just always be throwing it. And I've learned like it's important to inform.
Yeah.
Because you are loved.
Yeah.
Sometimes people love you and they want to help, they don't know how.
Yeah.
So
wow, it's very powerful.
Always just say, because we're never, we're never like in a state of no traumas, no triggers, no
everything's just nice.
No.
I hear you about so even in a friendship, I think that's important. So sometimes I think now what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to learn to tell friends is, hey, I feel like there's a lot I'm navigating. I'm just navigating it. I don't know what that means. I'm just letting you know I'm navigating stuff, but so that I don't go into this thing where you can also become isolated, right?
Yeah.
Because you're dealing and you're just like, oh, I don't want to. So if somebody says, let's do coffee, I will go for especially if they're a safe space, like if Adelle says or somebody else says. And then when I do show up and it becomes, oh, how are you doing? How are you really doing? I say, you know, there's a wave I'm riding, or I use that a lot. So even when somebody says, I'm feeling this way, anything to do with either divorce or separation or, you know, raising kids, co-parenting, I've learned it just comes with waves. Waves you thought you'd ridden like 2 years ago. And so I've learned to tell people, ride the wave. Like, so I say, I'm riding a wave today. Or I say, I feel like there's a wave coming. So I can tell when there's a wave coming. If I know, for example, oh, the boys are going to be at their dad's over the weekend. Sometimes there's still a wave that comes, but then I honor it. I ride it because it's like, don't ride it. If that means crying it out, if that means grounding yourself in exercise, if that means going on a phone call, if it means whatever it means to you, ride the wave, because that's what the wave is for. So that's been a helpful thing for me to communicate is, I'm riding a wave. This is what it looks like. I think this weekend I'm just going to do A, B, C, D. Then I'll come out on the other side. So yeah, I try to vocalize as much as I can.
So then people don't let you isolate, right?
That's
They're always like,
right.
okay, let's keep an eye.
Literally, that's what it is. It's just like I'm riding a wave. So yeah, you can always do like a quick check. I will keep my phone on. Maybe flight mode, but my data will be on, and then they will.
Yeah, I feel like we have had conversations like this. Yes. Now it's making sense. Yeah.
So I'm riding those waves. Yeah. So yeah, I like what you're saying with friendship. I think just saying it, and I think how people respond informs whether or not they're in the right space to honor the friendship. Yeah. Because some might be like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, well, that's not very helpful, is it? Or maybe they don't understand and it's like, oh, sorry, it's weird to you. It's just something I'm... Yeah. Then when you find yourself over-explaining, you're like, wait.
It's not a safe space. Homer Simpson. But
every time I'm reversing my car, I'm going to remember.
Honestly, like, I've really worked hard. It would be so bad. Like, I'm such a ghost. So, like, if I'm arguing with my leg taps. Oh, yeah. Because my leg is like... Hey, should we keep chugging
ourselves out of here? But I mean, credit to how far one comes, right? It's always like, even saying things is a milestone. Being able to confront things is a milestone. So sometimes I'm like, those are small wins, Janet. Just the fact that you were able to tell this person, this is how I'm feeling, or I wasn't really happy, or hey, can we move this to next week? Or is it okay? And not just saying, hey, let's meet next week. It's actually taking into account that this person was looking forward to it. Yeah. So just say, I'm really, really sorry. Yeah. Is it possible for us to do it on this day, this time? Is that okay? Yeah. And not just being like, see, next week is another, I'm just like...
Because then they feel devalued.
They feel devalued. Yeah, I think so.
And so to like round this episode up, I think sometimes when we talk about how difficult friendships are, or like how, people can show you dust, it can add on to the belief of like, there's never anything beautiful in terms of female friendships. Like those don't exist. And I just feel like they are there and they're so beautiful. There's a poem by one of my favorite poets, Titi Lope. And she, They Gather Me, I think is the name of the poem. And the first line is, everywhere I am loved well, there are women. And I'm just, it's one of my favorite pieces in the entire, because she even talks about just the characteristics women have. Like she talks about my sister who is always late, and then she explains it as being this beautiful thing, or the one who sends voice notes like a podcast. And it's like, it's just, I'm like, all of the things that we kind of are like, where you saying, like today I was just saying one of my closest friends has discovered voice notes and she sent me like so many of them. But in this poem, it's seen as like, oh, what a blessing, you know? What do female friendships mean to you in your journey of womanhood?
Oof. I'm trying to see if I should prefix this by saying, I don't know that I'm okay, let me try. I think there's room for me to experience the complete wholesomeness of female friendships if I lean in. And I think I need to better lean in. There's still a part of me that's not. And it's about saying, lean in. Because what you've just said, I think I was speaking to somebody else the other day who said the same thing. She was saying, we have a friend, she's older. She said, we have a friend, there's a couch and a blanket in her house. And we know... She says when she opens the door and she sees one of us and we say like couch blanket, she's like, go. Yeah. And then she knows we need a good cry. So she'll be preparing things as one of us is sobbing. And then now she'll say, I know.
That's so wonderful.
It's so, so beautiful.
Yeah.
But female friendships, I think have, oh my goodness. I don't know if I would have been able to navigate the last maybe 5 years without female friendships. I think I saw them as one thing before, like you're saying, either competitive or you're here because you want something or if it's for a reason. But actually, I feel like sisterhood and womanhood is this invisible hug that just invites you to say, I hear you and I see you because I'm like you. The world sees me the same way that it sees you. And therefore, we're quite interlinked in terms of our experiences. Therefore, there's nothing you can say or do that would make you seem less or strange because of that. So it's been very affirming, especially the ones which have, been several years now. And I think they're only getting better because now I feel myself being able to be honest. To be like, hey, the next time we have lunch with Adelle is be like, remember when I told you I was writing that phrase? There's enough. I'm coming. So that's been able to come up for air and know that on the other side of that, there's a woman.
Yeah.
It's been like, what do you call it? What do you call when somebody, like a trust fall?
Yeah.
That's what it's been for me.
Like there are these hands ready.
Hands ready. And it's been very simple, but very deep. It's nothing extravagant like, oh, we're doing these girlfriend trips and all that. It's been, hey, on the balcony, and before you know it, it's 2 a.m. because there's something that you needed to say, there's something I needed to say, and I exhaled and you exhaled. That's what it's afforded me, is just the ability to be like, I don't want this to stay in my head. And I know that there's safe places I can take these, and I know these are women.
You say something so profound, because I think we expect female friendships to look like the girls' trips, to look like, and when yours don't look like that, you're just like, guys,
why aren't we going to Cabo?
Yeah, it's just like, we've never had a group trip. This was some group. What's happening?
Exactly.
But it's the simple things like when you're talking about the couch and the blankets. One of my friends, she cooks fish really well. And like, she'll just be like, do you want fish? Come home, I'll make you fish. These are just small things, that's right?
Love. Yeah.
That's where the magic of the female friendship happens.
That's it. That's where it is. It's in those little things of, hey, I need to come. I know you want me to come, but there's no one to like watch the boys. Yeah, bring them. And we'll put them in that place and they can do A, B, C, D. Or if there's something that can't happen because maybe the nanny didn't come, little things like that. They're like, no, it's okay. I understand. Let's do it again next time. Or just let's meet up and just talk.
Yeah.
We don't have to do anything over the top. Let's share. Let's learn from each other. Let's grow with each other. Let's grow each other. Let's collaborate.
Yes.
Those kinds of things. That's been very beautiful for me. I would say even in the last 2 years. Yeah. So I just need to lean in, Adelle. I need to now say, this has been, even the other day when we were in the holding room in Dada culture, I'm like, Adelle is here, Mbugua is here. I'm like, this is so nice.
Oh, that was so wonderful.
That was really beautiful. And Lolo and everything. I'm like, these are people that I could chill with. And that's why I think I was pouring out because I was like, this is a safe space. But then I'm like, but you need to allow yourself to lean in. What does that mean? I'm not sure. I just know I'm not fully leaning in. Leaning in could just be like, hey, Adelle, can we do A, B, C, D?
Yeah, you do
as
that.
Opposed to, I do that. Adelle is like, some of these things.
You're already leaned in. But you just give yourself grace because it's like a process, right? And of learning to trust and unlearning shame. Like it's a process, like one foot in front of the other.
That's true.
And unfortunately, during the process, you will meet people who affirm your fears. Yes. And you just have to be like, this is one human.
Yeah.
There's so many others. Keep going.
Just keep going to blanket condemnation.
Yes,
just keep moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
But I'm proud of all the work that you're doing and have done on yourself.
Thank you. You too, Adelle. But
incredibly self-aware. And also just how, even on the show, you've just been so vulnerable and open with me and with us as a community. I'm really, really thankful.
Thank you.
I want to release you so that you can go to sleep.
Go sleep. No, but also you, Adelle. And I know maybe you've heard it very many times, but first of all, your glow up is insane. I was telling somebody, you guys are saying Adelle is glowing. It's because it's inside out. It's inside out. There's something really beautiful about how you've given yourself permission to just be authentically you. Yeah. And I don't think you realize how many other people you give permission to do that too. So
that is so kind.
Yeah. So thank you.
I receive that. I'm no longer going to be weird with compliments of like, no, I'm just trying. I'm doing, Janet.
Yeah. We talked about it in the Holy Games, but Kenyans were like, we're just trying. No, I was like, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Thank you. This has been very healing.
Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you check out the description, we put links to all of the incredible work that Janet is doing. You can check out her shows. You can connect with her inspiring content on social media. And of course, if you like this episode, give it a like. Share it with all the mannerless or almost mannerless women in your lives, and subscribe so that you do not miss out on next week's episode.